Thank you very much. Sir Paul Beresford.
Deputy Speaker, I absolutely, totally agree with the Honourable Lady of Edinburgh West, and I'm a bit shocked by it because it's come upon me. As a teenager, I lived in a little village in the north of the South Island in New Zealand. It was a prosperous area, agriculture, and it was a mecca for European immigrants. They flooded into the area. The schools were co-educational, multiracial. There was plenty of schoolboy spats, especially spats on the rugby field, as you can imagine. But I do not remember any racial aggravation at all. Now, most of the men of my parents' generation were involved in the Second World War. Almost all of those served overseas from New Zealand. And when they came back, some of them told stories, including some of the horrific ones we've heard today. And like a typical teenage boy, I got fascinated. I haunted the village library for appropriate books. Inevitably, in reading these books, I read the books on the Nuremberg trials and association. To say I was mortally horrified would be one of the biggest understatements ever. And this was probably capped in 1982 when I saw a full-screen film, Sophie's Choice. As a father, that scene of the Gestapo officer walking the wee girl away is the stuff of nightmares that any parent would have scarred on them. Mr. Deputy Speaker, the United Kingdom medical and dental profession is very multiracial. A lot of people from the Middle East, but also includes many Jewish people. Some I rank as not just colleagues, but as friends. Many amongst the best of the profession. They have lists of achievements behind their name that goes on across the whole page. Most of them live in North London. Periodically, they have made me aware of the progressive rise of what I saw as irrational anti-Semitic abuse, sometimes associated with violent activity. The activity and violence increased in the run-up to the last election and then seemed to dull down a bit. To me, however, the Hamas outrage on the 7th of October, 12,000 women, men and children raped, tortured, murdered, beheaded, and some 240 hostages, I saw lit the fire again. For many of us, this is the stuff of horror, but it's been submerged in a rise of these attacks on Jewish people, including the professional Jewish people in our community. These people have nothing to do or say in what Israel does to Hamas. But what's happening to them is a complete disgrace, with hints of the early days of the Nazis in Germany. The attacks are frightening, and most viciously, and I had this explained to me by a very superior, top-notch dental practitioner, an expert on a number of key things, who is treating children. She had tears in her eyes as she was telling me on Tuesday night of the attack on social media. And that attack is coming on special social media for the profession. So you would assume that every single person writing on that was intelligent, was educated, and yet the vile abuse that is coming on there is ghastly. And we're being asked, and I hope we do reflect, as many have said, that this could be the thin edge of the wedge. It must not happen again.
Stephen Kay.
Thank you.